Well, our guest Lou is here, so let's get him in here right now, and we're going to sit him down, and we're going to get him on the show right now. Lou, come on in. Have a seat here. We're excited to have you on here.
Thank you, Peggy.
Come on, have a seat here, Lou. Lou, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to have you talk right into the mic here.
Okay.
So, Lou, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, our audience, I was just telling them while we were waiting for you to run through the crowds here and all the buses in the rain here. So you are the Vice President of IoT at Avnet?
I am.
Well, that is great. So it's exciting to have you on our show. Now, is this the first time for you here at CES or the first time for you and Avnet? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
It's I worked for Freescale Semiconductor previously.
Okay.
And so we spent a lot of time at CES. This is my first year with Avnet.
Okay.
At CES.
Okay. So tell us a little bit how things are changing now. When you guys look at what Avnet's doing, why is Avnet finally decided? I've known Avnet for a long time, and so in what they've been doing, why is Avnet now kind of deciding this is the time is right for them to be here at CES?
I think the time is right because we're trying to move up the value chain.
Okay.
We can no longer be a company that sells just parts. We've got to increase our value, and IoT is the biggest single opportunity in the history of the world as far as we're concerned. So we want to be here and educate people on what we have at IoT.
And it's an exciting time when you think about how the IoT is changing and how companies like Avnet and others can contribute to that. What's the most important thing that you hope Avnet can do or contribute to this IoT space?
I think the most important thing we can do is help people figure out why they need IoT and be able to help them implement it with one phone call.
And what does that mean? So if somebody who's watching right now or listening says, you know, the IoT is changing and you guys have, I think you're calling it now the IoT Connect, so to speak, right?
Correct.
Is that it? What does that mean for those who want to understand that?
So the IoT Connect platform is built on Microsoft Azure, a very stout platform as a service, very complete. And we have attached to that our own applications for multiple vertical markets. But in concept, what we want to do is educate people on why they need IoT. A missing business reason is the number one reason for failure in IoT, and then help them understand all the way from the device, through the cloud, through the applications, how to implement, and be able to do it within the Avnet family.
And when you look at that, talk about what makes you guys look, and when you talk about Avnet to the edge, to the enterprise, because I think that's what you guys talk a lot about. What does that mean for all of us? Because I was just, before you came on, I was kind of wrapping up what we've been talking about for the last 2 days, and what we'll be talking about all week is we start these products and we get them excited about the consumer side, because we really want them to understand these are products that are going to the enterprise. Whether we believe it or not, these are products we're going to drive, and the enterprise is really what's going to lead it ultimately. And those are the things that you're talking about.
Correct. So OT is operational technology. That's where the devices are. That's where the things are generating information. IT is information technology. That's the enterprise solution. It's how do you get the data from the device through a cloud platform into the enterprise with intelligent observations about what needs to be done with that data. How do you mine that data for good?
And when you think about mining data, and we talk about mining because now mining gets into the blockchain and everybody thinks about the importance of different ways of mining that important, and now we're going to be talking about it in a whole different way, right? What does that mean for enterprises today in a whole host of verticals? Because mining information is different depending on the vertical.
So there's a lot of information that comes from all devices. And you can usually use that data both to enhance your product or to enhance your operational efficiency. So you use it internally to create a better business model or more efficiencies, or you use it externally to make a better product or to create a better intimacy with your customers.
And when you look at that intimacy right now, because that's the critical thing that I think IoT does, and it's something we didn't have before the Internet of Things, or even when we talked about M2M, which was its predecessor, right? That we're now able to do things that we weren't able to do because we didn't have that information, so to speak. We didn't have the data that gave us the ability to act on things, the analytics that we need that we now have.
Correct. So one of the things that's helping us get that data is the reduction in cost, the reduction in power of semiconductor devices, the increase in bandwidth, and the sophistication of the cloud platforms as a service. Being able to take that data and do analytics on it and make actionable decisions based on the distillation of that data.
When we talk about making real-time decisions, as we like to say, are we actually taking the right information now? Because that's part of the thing. There's a lot of information that we're gathering right now, and it's the ability to make decisions on the key information. Are you helping companies make it as a platform, making the right decisions on what they need? And I don't want to say getting rid of the extraneous data, but knowing what's important for every enterprise to say, this is the key points you need to hone in on.
So I think IoT spans all industries, and it spans all job disciplines within a company. So the right data is dependent on the business case. And the first thing that we do is we have an advisory service that actually helps people try to refine their business case. What's the data? What can I gain from it? And how could it be implemented to be able to throw a spin of a positive ROI on the infrastructure? So data's everywhere. Trying to figure out what you want to do with the data and how much money you can save using the data, or how much money you can make using the data, is the key.
When you talk about a platform as a service today, is that something that lots of companies say that, but how do you differentiate Avnet in the herd of noise that's out there? And there's a lot of noise out there, right? So how are you helping to make yourself be heard?
I think our platform on the service is built on Azure, which is a very complete and thorough platform. It's tied to vertical market segments that we have, and it's secure. So we try to take it and we try to simplify IoT from the device all the way through the application, and that's something that most people can't do. So many people focus on the device, the gateway, the applications, the analytics, what have you, but if you are a customer and you know you need digital transformation to save your business or gain advantage, who are you going to call? 15 different people? We want to be Avnet, the one call that you make for IoT, and within our family, you never have to venture outside. We'll never send you somewhere else to implement IoT.
Security is critical, right? Foremost on our minds, because we always talk about it. I always say the bad guys are out there, and they're always trying to sometimes not to just get your data, but just to create havoc. So that security is critical to any enterprise. That's important to say that, right?
Absolutely, it's important to say that. And there are various levels of security. There's security from the gateway all the way up through the cloud, and from the cloud all the way down to the device. So everybody wants security. Whether everybody wants to pay for security is another issue.
And talk about that, making companies know that they've got a really good partner in you guys, that the partner and understanding that tight-knit arrangement is critical as well.
I think we have a historically a security background. We understand and have abilities to program and personalize chips so that there's trusted routes that people can know that when I'm talking to you that you're actually Peggy and I'm actually Lou at the device level. But there's things beyond that we can do. So we understand the various levels of security and how it integrates into our platform.
So looking at Avnet now, the big things that you are showing right now is your IoT Connect. What do you want people right now, if they were watching this, seeing you guys here, what's the big message you want them to understand?
The big message to me, the big message to me that I'd like people to understand is a lot of people talk about the problems associated with IoT and how complex it is. We're talking about the solutions to IoT. We're talking about making a single phone call. We're talking about showing up at the Westgate building at Tech East in booth 2609 and seeing the implementation of IoT by Avnet from the device, through the cloud, through the application.
But there's a lot of big hurdles they have to overcome. What do you want them to understand? Because they're sitting there going, hey, we've got a lot of hurdles we have to overcome. I want to know how Avnet's going to help us overcome those hurdles.
I think one phone call to Avnet to the right person can make you, help you understand why people use IoT, how you might use IoT, what it would take to build the IoT infrastructure, and how to implement and maintain that infrastructure to benefit your business.
So now I know it's only day one, you're just trying to get through the rain here, but you're walking through these amazing halls, seeing a lot of crazy stuff. What's wowed you so far? What has just said, oh my gosh, it's crazy here?
I think I've been coming to the show for some time, and I can remember the first time there was automotive people here, and people were like, this consumer electronics, what's automotive? And you could see the automotive kind of taking over CES, and you're in the automotive section right here, and walking and seeing all the different advances in technology in automotive is just mind-blowing.
You know, sometimes you wonder if this is a car show, right? You know,
Exactly.
You're like, what is going on? Things are changing. And I'll tell you, it's just amazing to me to constantly look and go, why are these things just, you know, I don't know if we're in Detroit. I don't know if we're, you know, where we are anymore, because I tell you, the car show down here, the connected car autonomous discussion is an amazing thing. So, well, Lou, where can our listeners go to learn more about what you guys are doing? What's your URL?
Avnet.com.
Avnet.com. Well, I tell you, it's been great having you on the show. I appreciate it. I'm glad you made it through the rain and the long aisles here. And you know what? You got a whole week of trekking through this stuff.
I can't wait. Thank you, Peggy, very much.
Lou, thank you so much. All right, well, this is Avnet, and they've got a whole lot more. So stick around. We've got more to come right here on the Peggy Smedley Show. Remember, you can tweet at us, and you can learn more about Avnet and what they're doing by tweeting at me at the Peggy Smedley Show at ConnectedWMag or Peggy_Smedley. So stick around. We're going to take a quick break, get something to eat, and we'll be back shortly after a quick hour. But remember, as always, this is the Peggy Smedley Show, the podcasting for IoT and relevant technology. And remember, with great technology comes great responsibility.